In the heart of the African savanna lived an elephant named Tembo. Known for his enormous size and gentle demeanor, Tembo was a beloved member of his herd. He was always there to help, whether it was guiding younger elephants or finding water during dry spells. Despite his kindness, Tembo often felt overshadowed by the herd's leader, Ndovu, a charismatic and fearless matriarch. Tembo had a secret dream: to lead the herd. However, he doubted his own abilities. The thought of stepping into Ndovu's shoes was daunting. She was strong, confident, and had led the herd through many challenges. Tembo, in contrast, was unsure of his own strength and feared he lacked the leadership qualities needed. One sweltering afternoon, as the herd rested under the shade of acacia trees, Tembo wandered to the riverbank to quench his thirst. There he encountered a lone elephant, smaller and older, with wise eyes that seemed to hold the secrets of the savanna. "Hello, young one," the old elephant greeted, his voice a deep rumble. "I am Mzee. What troubles you?" Tembo hesitated but felt an inexplicable trust towards Mzee. "I dream of leading my herd one day, but I am unsure if I have what it takes." Mzee nodded thoughtfully. "Leadership is not about being the strongest or the loudest. It is about compassion, wisdom, and the courage to do what is right. Perhaps, in time, you will discover these qualities within yourself." Tembo pondered Mzee's words as he returned to the herd. The old elephant's perspective gave him a glimmer of hope, but he still wondered if he could ever live up to Ndovu's legacy. A few weeks later, a severe drought gripped the savanna. Water sources dried up and food became scarce. The herd relied heavily on Ndovu's experience to find sustenance, but even she seemed uncertain in these trying times. The herd's morale was low, and tensions ran high as the days stretched into weeks without relief. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, Ndovu called for a meeting. "We need to find water soon," she said, her voice filled with concern. "I propose we split into smaller groups to search different areas. Tembo, I want you to lead one of these groups." Tembo's heart raced. This was his chance to prove himself. "I will do my best, Ndovu," he replied, trying to sound confident. Leading a group, Tembo ventured towards the hills, an area less frequented by the herd. The journey was arduous, the heat relentless, and the elephants weary. But Tembo remained calm and encouraging, guiding his group with care and determination. As they reached the hills, Tembo spotted a grove of baobab trees in the distance. There might be water stored in those trees, he thought aloud, leading his group towards the grove. To their relief, the baobabs indeed held water. Tembo showed the younger elephants how to extract it, and they drank deeply, their spirits lifted. For the first time, Tembo felt the stirrings of true leadership within himself. He realized that Mzee's words had merit. Compassion and wisdom were just as crucial as strength. Just as Tembo's group began to replenish their strength, a new threat emerged. A pride of lions, driven by hunger, had been tracking the herd. As the elephants drank from the baobab trees, the lions approached, their eyes fixed on the youngest and weakest members. Tembo saw the danger and knew he had to act swiftly. "Stay close together," he trumpeted to his group. "Form a circle around the calves." The elephants obeyed, forming a protective barrier. Tembo positioned himself at the front, ready to defend his family. Despite his fear, he knew he had to be strong. The lions hesitated, seeing the formidable wall of elephants. But hunger drove them forward. Tembo trumpeted loudly, flapping his ears and charging at the nearest lion. His courage and sheer size startled the predators, causing them to retreat. Tembo continued to stand guard, his heart pounding, until the lions finally disappeared into the distance. The young elephants looked up at him with newfound respect and gratitude. "You were amazing, Tembo," one of the younger elephants exclaimed. Tembo smiled, feeling a surge of pride and confidence. "We are stronger together," he said, realizing the truth in his own words. As Tembo's group made their way back to the main herd, they were met with cheers and relief. Ndovu approached Tembo, her eyes filled with admiration. "You have done well, Tembo. Your actions today showed true leadership." Tembo felt a warm glow of pride. "Thank you, Ndovu. I couldn't have done it without the support of the group." Ndovu nodded. "Leadership is about trust and unity. You have shown that you understand this." Just then, a familiar figure emerged from the trees. It was Mzee, the old elephant Tembo had met by the river. Tembo's eyes widened in surprise. "Mzee, what are you doing here?" Mzee smiled. I have been watching you, Tembo. You have grown into the leader you were meant to be. The herd is fortunate to have you. Ndovu looked between Tembo and Mzee, a knowing smile on her face. It seems you have had a wise mentor. Tembo realized that Mzee had been guiding him all along, helping him to see the strength within himself. He felt a deep sense of gratitude towards the old elephant. With the drought continuing, the herd faced many more challenges. But with Tembo and Ndovu working together, they navigated each obstacle with resilience and unity. Tembo's newfound confidence and empathy made him a natural leader, and the herd thrived under their combined guidance. One day, Ndovu gathered the herd and made an announcement. It is time for me to step down as leader. Tembo has shown great courage and wisdom. He will lead us now. The herd cheered, their trust in Tembo unwavering. Tembo stepped forward, his heart swelling with pride and humility. Thank you, Ndovu. I will do my best to lead with the same strength and compassion you have shown. As the herd moved forward under Tembo's leadership, they faced the future with hope and determination. Tembo had discovered that true leadership came from within, and with the support of his family, he knew they could overcome any challenge. The journey had transformed Tembo from a gentle giant into a courageous leader, proving that sometimes the greatest strength lies in the heart.